So hello everyone and welcome back to another video for the next chapter which I'm going to reach. So आज हम लोग चैप्टर 2 स्टार्ट करेंगे. एज यू नो अपन ने चैप्टर 1 खत्म कर दिया. अगर आपने चैप्टर 1 की वीडियो नहीं देखी है तो इससे पहले जाके देखिए. आपको चैप्टर 2 समझ नहीं आया क्योंकि हाई सीरीज से चलना चाहिए कभी भी. तो आपको मालूम ही है मैंने चैप्टर 1 में जितनी स्टोरी समझाई थी अभी उसके आगे का होगा. मतलब अपन लोग का स्कूल वाला आएगा. स्कूल वाला पार्टिसिपेंट लोग स्कूल जाने वाले रहेंगे. तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. चैप्टर 2 इज मेकिंग देयर डिब्यूट एट स्कूल. तो देखिए मैं दरियामी भी. चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. तो गाइस आपको कैसा लगा था इससे पहले वाला चैप्टर? अगर अच्छा लगा हो तो कमेंट करके बताइएगा क्योंकि गाइस मेरे को तो बहुत पसंद आया वाला चैप्टर. एक मिनट गाइस चैप्टर 2 का हाँ ये था मेकिंग देयर डेब्यूट एट स्कूल. तो गाइस एज यू नो मैं ही पूरा नरेट करने वाला हूँ. कोई और नरेट करने नहीं आएगा तो अपने आप को संभाल के रखिए. चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. मेकिंग देयर डेब्यूट एट स्कूल चैप्टर 2. Amani Kun, please wake up. A gentle voice could be heard calling for him. Hearing a soft whisper in his sleep, Amani gently groaned and then lifted his heavy eyelids slowly, opening his eyes. Amani's vision was a little hazy due to drowsiness. Guys, drowsiness. And an innocent ignorant zoom कर लेता हूँ गाइस. ऐसे में आप लोग को भी समझ नहीं आएगा और मेरे को भी अच्छे से समझ नहीं आ रहा है. थोड़ा सा जूम कर लेता हूँ. क्या बात हूँ. Amani's vision was a little hazy due to drowsiness. An innocent girl reflected within him, illuminated by dim light spilling through the windows. With one knee on the bed, her body was bending forward and shaking Amani's awake. Her flax-colored hair dangled and swayed about. Mahiru, yes, good morning. Amani called out her name for confirmation. Hearing her familiar voice, he saw her nod her head. Amani's mind was still a little confused. He wasn't in a dream and Mahiru was indeed before him. Seeing Mahiru acting naturally, his mind began to ease. The confusion gradually subsiding. Next page. Morning. Why Mahiru is here? Do you not remember what we discussed yesterday, Amani-kun? Seeing Mahiru frown slightly, Amani muttered yesterday and recalled the conversation. Guys, मैं बैकग्राउंड वॉइस का कुछ नहीं कर सकता. लिटरली अभी तो कुछ नहीं कर सकता. आपको मेरे सब्सक्राइबर्स बढ़ाने पड़ेंगे इसके लिए. कैन यू गो टू स्कूल टुगेदर ऑन मंडे? ये लोग पहले की बात याद करें जो इससे पहले हुआ था. On Sunday, Mahiru asked as the two were parting. She squeezed his hand and anxiously glanced up at Amani, making the latter a little restless. The reason Mahiru acted so cautiously was to confirm whether Amani still wanted to conceal their relationship at school. अगर आपने एनिमे देखा होगा तो आपको मालूम होगा. The two had discussed it for the time being and decided to make the relationship public, but Mahiru still seemed a little worried. Of course, that's fine with me. Honto. Guys, को थोड़ी सी Japanese ही आने लगी तो really, I wasn't lying to you. When Amani's answer, the uneasiness in Mahiru's eyes disappeared, turned into joy. Her shy said, I always wanted us to go to school together. Made Amani's heart beat an out. Guys, पता नहीं क्यों अटक रहा हूँ आज. Amani's heart beat even faster. Thankfully, she didn't seem to notice. Her expression only growing brighter. देखते हो. सही में यार गाइस, माहिरू जैसी लड़की मिल जाए तो बस क्या चाहिए? क्या चाहिए आपको लाइफ में? Next page. Then I will come over to your house in the morning, Amani-kun. This way I can cook your breakfast as well. Wow, to have a breakfast freshly made by you so early in the morning. I'm truly lucky, Mahiru. It's just the leftover from the bento. I also make Amaniku's bento, right? It's if it's not troublesome, it was already fortunate of Amani to be able to eat her handmade breakfast. Yet even his lunch was now going to be made by Mahiru. Of course, Amani couldn't refuse such an offer. Who would? Mahiru's expression was also relaxed. She didn't need to worry about others anymore. Amani looked very happy himself, albeit with a little embarrassment and restlessness. We are going to school together tomorrow, it seems. Oh. Up until now, to prevent others from noticing their relationship, Amani went to school after Mahiru. From now on, that would no longer be necessary. Amani would be envied if he were to publish it. He interact with Mahiru at school, so he was still a little nervous. However, the most important thing to Amani was Mahiru's happiness, and he was happy simply to be by her side. While looking at Mahiru towards Mahiru's smile, guys, अगर फिर फंबल हुआ ना तो दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा. While looking towards Mahiru's smile, Amani whispered, "I'll have to work hard tomorrow." Mahiru ने बोला, क्यों? Since he was just woken up, Amani recalls yesterday's event and yelled softly. Besides seeing Mahiru's face first thing in the morning was bad for his heart. Why? Not because he hated it, but because he was just too tempted by her. He thought he should reconsider asking her to wake him up at least for now. Mahiru looked slightly dumbfounded after seeing Amani's appearance. She was puzzled per se, but instead felt helpless and wanted to smile. Amani, embarrassed at the scene, began to pursue his lips. His lips, not her. She wasn't puzzled per se. Okay, why are you so forgetful? Okay. Go change your clothes and wash your face. Alright. Mahiru would prepare breakfast at this time. Amani resisted a yawn, straightened himself up from the bed, took off his t-shirt before hearing a shriek behind him. Pulling his shirt back down, he looked back at Mahiru and found her trembling, her face turning redder and redder. I have said this before, but please don't undress in front of me. Due to taking his shirt off before Mahiru's eyes, Mahiru was shaken and Amani could only smile or relieved at the situation. But I'm a man, so it's okay for people to see me. But I have a problem with looking. I have a problem with looking. I can't control myself. Guys, ऐसा कुछ लिखा था नहीं, लेकिन मुझे लगा इसका एटलीस्ट सही होगा. गाइस, ये मास्क को पहन के वीडियो बनाना बहुत मुश्किल है. Next page. It's not that I want to show my body to you, since I don't want to force you, but we won't be able to go swimming in the summer at this rate. Mahiru isn't accustomed to seeing the body of man. Just how did she survive summer class in junior high? Amani wondered. But Mahiru can't swim, so perhaps she used that excuse to leave. Mahiru was a diligent in character. However, making it hard to believe she would ever skip classes. She mentioned she chose a middle school that didn't require swimming as an elective, so perhaps it was possible after all. The two made a vague argument that they would go to pool in the summer together. If Mahiru minded too much about his body, Amani would also start to find it embarrassing. There was often half-naked men all around the swimming pool, so Amani wondered if she could manage going there. I will try. Mahiru must have realized it as well. Upon answering in a muffled voice, she delicately opened her eyes and gazed at Amani. Seeing Amani's upper body, her cheeks flushed yet again, about to cry. She trembled, muttering, ये लिखा हुआ है guys, truth be told. However, Amani's body shouldn't have called nor this kind of attention. To not let his body go to waste, Amani would exercise on weekly days. Since he was in his second year of high school, he has also done additional muscle training exercise recommended by Kadwati. So his body wouldn't be shaped like a bean sprout. However, it still wasn't a body of pure muscle and shouldn't make some chana with casually. To become a worthy man of Mahiru, Amani certainly exercised more often, but it wouldn't be evident without time. लड़का एक्सरसाइज कर रहा है, देख रहे हो? इसको कहते हैं खुद को पहले बिल्ड करो, लड़कियां आ जाती हैं. Of course, compared to when he was first met Mahiru, his body was stronger now. He gained some muscle here and there, but it wasn't enough to make people stare in wonder. Unless she gets used to it soon, it might really become a problem. Even though their relationship will deepen with time, if Amani saw Mahiru's body now, he would freeze in embarrassment. As a result, in the sense they were once and the same. They were one and the same. Well, just go prepare breakfast then. Go and cook. Amani also began to blush after imagining his partner's body. After hearing his word, Mahiru muttered, I'm going now, and scurried away like a rabbit. Upon seeing her back disappear behind the door, Amani slammed his head against the wall, wondering to himself what I'm going to do so early in the morning. The bathroom mirror reflected an unfamiliar self. Amani wore the same uniform as per usual, but beyond his neck was vastly different. His figure wasn't completely unknown, as Amani had occasionally shown his image to Mahiru before, but it felt uncomfortable to him that he wasn't wearing his usual casual attire. Fiddling with his pants, Amani adjusted them to not cover his eyes. Fortunately, boys didn't need makeup, but Amani still wasn't used to dressing himself in such a manner. गाइस, मैं इमेज भी डालते रहूँगा एक दो, तो उससे आपको याद अच्छे से समझ आएगा कि क्या चल रहा है. Okay. Was a little conflicted. What's wrong? Don't you dislike it? Dislike what? Doing that hairstyle? Huh? Mahiru hesitated a little, expressing her concern. In Mahiru's eyes, Amani always refused to attend school with his hairstyle. So Mahiru seemed worried their classmate would make a connection between him and that man. Amani wanted to do himself and didn't hate it at all. It's not like he felt no hesitation doing it, but Amani felt since he didn't, Amani who wanted to do this himself didn't hate it at all. It's not like he felt no hesitation doing it, but Amani felt that since he decided to stand next to Mahiru, this was at least he could do. Amani wasn't particularly handsome, but since both Itsuki and Kadawaki had resurrected him beforehand, he believed there should be any major problem with his appearance. So guys, अगर आपको फिर इत्सुकी और कादवाकी नहीं पता तो पहली वीडियो देख लीजिए, उसमें मैंने अच्छे से बताया हूँ कौन कौन है, या फिर यहाँ पे मैं इमेज डाल दूँगा, कोई नहीं guys, मैं कर लूँगा. With this get-up, now no one would say Mahiru had poor taste at least. That's what Amani hoped for. It's not a nuisance For me, do you hate it? I don't hate it. I just have complicated feelings. Complicated feelings? Because I might not have you to myself anymore. I might not have you to myself anymore. Mahiru muttered sweet words and shrunk up, viewing his cute reaction. Amani chuckled lightly, patting her head while being careful as not to mess with her hair. You want me for yourself? Yes. In all honesty, Amania had asked jokingly, but Mahiru nodded and leaned forward against his chest. Amania wasn't expecting Mahiru to be honestly agree, although he was the one that said it. It still made him a little embarrassed, but despite this, seeing Mahiru rub her forehead against his chest made Amani smile. Sorry guys. Slowly wrapped his arm around her body. Mahiru was acting so adorably, so it was understandable for him to involuntarily touch her. Mahiru was a head short than Amane. Her face was buried in his chest. She clutched Amane's t-shirt as if to imply she would never let him go. Mahiru had then raised her head and glanced at Amani, her expression hitting at her unwillingness to stop. Amani-kun, you are so handsome. So many girls will start to approach you. I'm glad you will finally be seen for who you are, but regardless if I'm handsome or not, do you really think I will fall for another girl? That probably won't happen, but I'm still worried. Are you jealous? Amani's sudden words made Mahiru blush in blink of an eye. Even so, she quietly hummed and then buried her face in his chest once again. Next page. This is getting a bit hot there. What do you guys think? Don't worry. Everything of you, but she was probably quite embarrassed. Through her flax color hair, Mani noticed that her face was back up to her ear. How cute! Baka! Baka! Don't worry, even if someone ends up approaching me, I won't be interested in anyone except you. Amani didn't think of other women as possible lovers, so Mahiru didn't have to be jealous. Since of course there was a lovely and inevitable woman right next to him, who greeted cherishly, it would be impossible for Amani to look away from her. It may be extreme, but except for well-acquainted people, Amani didn't care about anyone and had no interest in them at all. Therefore, Amani wouldn't even glance at such people. The kind of person who would suddenly approach a man as soon as he became handsome wasn't someone Amani would want to be acquainted with. सही बात है, appearance मैटर नहीं करती guys. बाद में शुरू में करती लेकिन बाद में नहीं. I know, so I will not show everyone that I am the one who likes Amanikun the most. So no one else can cut in. Cut in, not him, okay? Watch out, I don't want anyone else to see your cute expression. You always say these things, Amanikun. Amanikun. Mahiru suddenly became angry. Amani quickly crossed her head in a panic of consolation, but Mahiru lightly hit him on his chest. Amani-kun, you always say these things so casually. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that, bro. Shouldn't as in? It's not good for my heart. I could say the same. Sometimes you act so spoiled it makes me feel like I'll die right there then. On the contrary, it was Mahiru's kinship that had the most destructive power. Whether it was her soft body that made him feel hopeless when touching it, her sweet fragrance that overwhelmed him, or even her innocent and unreserved smile, everything made Amani's heart pound wildly. Boom, boom. Even now, Amani's heart was beating faster and faster because she was acting so cutely. Mahiru, whose face was still buried in my chest, was bound to notice it at all as well. A surprise attack is more effective. Amani murmured in low voice. Mahiru pressed his cheek against Amani's chest. But because Amani-kun heart is also beating so loudly, I'll let you go for today. Mahiru was pleased with Amani's heartbeat. She whispered as such before rubbing herself against his chest one more. कुछ याद ही स्वीटनेस है गाइस इस एनिमी में बहुत ज़्यादा. That in itself was also cute, and Amani groaned out loudly. He muttered, calm down, to himself and stroked her hair to conceal his growing urges. देख रहे हो ऐसी urges. After roughly 5 minutes, Mahiru had finished charging her love. Next page. गाइस 21 मिनट्स हो गए हैं. ये वाला एक पेज करते हैं अपन ख़त्म और फिर उसके बाद ख़त्म करते हैं क्योंकि ये वाला चैप्टर बहुत बड़ा है. तो ये वाले दो पेज करते हैं फिर उसका चैप्टर ख़त्म कर देते हैं. नहीं तो फिर 1 आध घंटे की वीडियो बन जाएगी और फिर उसका एडिट करना बहुत मुश्किल लगता है गाइस. एडिट करने की बात भी नहीं है लेकिन आप लोग देखोगे थोड़ी उतना बड़ी चीज़ क्यों है ना. तो इसलिए चलो स्टार्ट करें. Mahiru's face remained reddened, her eyes a little moist. Looking at her directly was bad for his heart, but since he looked satisfied, Amani endured his restless mood. Let's go then. There was enough time even if they indulged in some physical contact in the morning. They wouldn't be late. Even so, Amani felt it was time to leave and he said such to Mahiru. She smiled, agreed yes, not knowing it was psychological effect. Amani thought Mahiru's skin was smoother than usual in the morning, but I'm already tired. Amani wasn't annoyed. On the contrary, he was actually a little joyful. Because of this, he could endure his restlessness. If it was the weekend, he could dote on her to fight back. Mahiru's so spoiled at the point of melting, but as it was a school day today, he couldn't do that. Mahiru didn't seem to notice Amani's fatigue and looked full of energy. Early in the morning, Amani felt little distress and fatigue in all aspects, but it was annoying. With a wily smile, he took their bags and walked out the door with Mahiru, as if it was his first time leaving with Mahiru in their school uniform. Amani harbored an incredible emotion. He locked the door briefly, glanced at Mahiru, found her looking a little uncertain. Mahiru's hand was timidly clutching to hem of Amani's shirt. Shall we hold hands? Yes. Yes, you can. We can do that. If Amani's scene was right on the point, he muttered, she's so damn cute. So damn cute. Towards the shy Mahiru and locked hand with her slender figure. She immediately raised her eyes, cast a gaze. I didn't mean for Amani to carry my bag, but Amani whispered, as the boyfriend, I should at least do this. And Mahiru closed her mouth with her lips, pursued her behavior, looked very cute too, Amani does. Eyes. I feel so embarrassed to hold hands formally like this. The two walked out of apartment, set foot on the road. School since their day during Gold Week. This was the first time they held hands outside, and then Amani felt fidget thinking about it. What's more, Amani wasn't a flower protected anymore. Interlocking fingers with Mahiru with the so-called lover knot. This was the holding and showed off an extraordinary sense of intimacy between them. Intimacy. Although Amani had held hands with Maru several times before, it was still didn't happen often, making Amani a little nervous. He was worried about whether he was gripping too tight or if his hand was sweaty, but he couldn't see that she had a little smile on her face. Although I'm a little shy, I'm also very happy. Yes, babe, yes. I have been looking forward to going to school with Amani like this. After finally achieving my goal, how do I put it? I have a lot of emotion, but I feel very, very happy. The two went to school together, although it was only a trivial matter since they seemed to be no longer with it wish. The expression on her face was energetic than usual. On to the next page. Guys, लेकिन अब वीडियो बहुत बड़ी हो गई, 26 minutes. Guys, ये कौन सा पेज है? एक मिनट. पेज नंबर 42-43. तो गाइज अपन अब यहाँ अगले वीडियो में आपको इसके बाद से पढ़ना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि गाइज बहुत बड़ी वीडियो हो जाएगी। तो अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो वीडियो को लाइक करिएगा, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और बेल आइकन को दबा दीजिए ताकि आपको नेक्स्ट वीडियो की नोटिफिकेशन मिलते रहे। और साथ में अगर आपने फर्स्ट वीडियो नहीं देखी तो उसको भी जल्दी से जाके देख लीजिए। और तब तक के लिए बाय गाइस, और अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू जरूर से कमेंट सेक्शन में बताइएगा। वीडियो को लाइक करना नहीं भूलिएगा और शेयर करिए अपने दोस्तों के साथ। बाय गाइस, जय हिंद, जय भारत।